they don't have somebody to replace him. So that's going to affect how much the bullpen gets used, how often the bullpen gets taxed during the course of a season. So it may not affect them much here in April. But as you go to June and July and August, like how much is that bullpen, which is very good, how much are they going to get worked? How much are they going to get used? How much is it going to be stressful to the offense if they know now we have to carry the team? Will that affect the offense a little bit? And can the Phillies then, the other side of the coin here is, can the Phillies take advantage of this? And that's always a big question when it comes to the Phillies. Can they take advantage of soft parts in their schedule? Can they take advantage of some of these little mystical benefits that befall teams every once in a while? The door's open for the Phillies to take this division. Now, it's open. It's been opened. Can they walk through it?
Will they walk through it, or will they aim wrong and accidentally walk into the open door itself?
They just keep walking into the wall next to the door.
just like one of those wind-up toys, just like stuck against a wall, just repeats and repeats and repeats.
Accidentally get like a chair stuck under the knob. And you're like, well, how did this happen?
The whole time they can't stop themselves from just walking into the door the whole time.
We have to remember in this conversation that the Phillies we're watching now are, if historical trends continue, not the Phillies we're going to be watching in a couple of months, or maybe even a couple of weeks. There is a more competitive version of this team that we have seen that is just, it's hard to believe when you're watching them and they're at this point and they're just coming out. And I feel, I know we're going to talk about it, but like stuff like, oh, they're not fully back yet. Oh, they're not fully awake yet. Oh, they haven't gotten out of spring training yet. Okay, you get maybe a 2-week grace period for that kind of stuff. The base running issues we're watching them commit, that's on another level to me. That's not even lack of preparedness. That's lack of awareness. That's lack of baseball IQ. And that's a lot more troublesome. That being said, if you want to take advantage of the kind of opportunity we're talking about, that like, hey, look, the Braves are, they've been humanized and the rest of these teams don't look like they're able to compete, then look, you can wait to become that team that's a little more competitive, that has its head on straight, that's hitting more line drives, that doesn't have, as a weak a plate approach, that has more solid contact from guys like Trey Turner and Nick Castellanos coming through at like important times, that has runners in scoring position coming into score, that has guys who aren't getting picked off first base or getting trapped between second and third in big moments, or bunting the ball in the air, or trying to bunt and missing it. All this stuff is still going to be a part of their game. It's just they're going to be a little more in the zone and used to playing with each other, and they find their groove, and that's the team. That's the team that can take advantage of this. The problem is, will that actually still be an opportunity, or will the Braves just kind of like thrive for no reason without a starting pitching staff, and just like their offense is going to be like, we can do this. We can take the ball and run with it. We saw the Phillies play some of their best ball without Bryce Harper. So can the Braves do the same thing without a star? It's tough to say absolutely not. It's really tough to count the Braves out.
I do want to say, I think the word you're looking for, Justin, might be vulnerable. Humanized makes me think of them as humans, and I would rather avoid doing that. I feel like vulnerable is a better word. They've been made vulnerable a little bit.
They're showing their soft underbelly.
Yes. I like the soft underbelly.
Yes. Mm-hmm. One of the little pieces of armor has fallen off.
Yeah.
But the question just becomes, how quickly are the Phillies going to become that team? Like, how long are we going to play this game?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. The Braves have shown a vulnerability. I mean, that's totally true. Will it affect their confidence? I doubt it. But
no.
Things can happen during the course of a long season, and the Phillies have to take advantage of opportunities when they present themselves. The rest of the division is gross. The Marlins and the Mets and the Nationals, it's going to be a fascinating race to the bottom.